Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Drinking and Cooking. So, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to go over here, and I'm going to go to my YouTube page, and I'm going to post this on Facebook real quick. Let's go over here. We're going to channel. Let's go to my channel because we're live. I'm going to go over here. And then, cool, making sure the volume was working with it down so it doesn't screech out to everything and everyone. We're going to go to Facebook. That's right, slow cooked crock-pot Irish Mead chicken. I'm going to type in tune in. All right, we're going to post. There's that. Let's go to Twitter. And I'm going to say tune in. Tune in. Tune in. I'm going to tweet that. Okay, so there's that. There's that. I don't need to share it on anything else. We're going to back out of that. We're going to go back over here so I can see myself doing what we do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this way up here, angle down. That's probably a better angle than any of y'all will ever get. Maybe. Let's see if I can't spin these around just a little bit to get a better angle. And when we go to the Crock-Pot over here, I'll do a little more. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. As you see here, we have, well, I got bored, and I'm going to go with what I got. So what I got is this, and I will move the camera around a little bit. Now, let me see if I can move these speakers down so I can set a computer on top to actually make it a little bit better, a little bit easier. There we go. That's a lot easier and a little bit stabler. All right, and we can see everything. All right, so what we got going on is I got bored, started looking through cookbooks, and I noticed I didn't have a lot of ingredients, but when I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, I got chicken. Okay. Thought out some chicken quarters. I'm going to have to cut them in half here in just a second. And I started thinking of all the seasonings I got. I'm like, I don't got much to do. And then I started thinking slow cooker. And here a few months ago, I did a couple of batches of mead. And it turned out really well. I mean, that's what I'm drinking on right here. Got my whiskey stones in, keeping it nice and cool. If you don't know what mead is alcohol made from honey. Literally, honey. It is honey, water, and yeast. That's it. Well, specific yeast. I use champagne yeast, high gravity, stuff like that. But there's a science behind that. But literally back in the day, that's all it was. And we're talking back of Norsemen, Vikings, stuff like that. And the reason I said Irish is, well, I'm Welsh and Irish, so it's Irish chicken, damn it. But you'll see a little bit of it come out in the cooking. But we're going to be cooking with a mead. We're going to be basically using that as our slow cooker, a crock pot right over here. As you see behind me, I have my mead. Ta-da. Yeah, it looks like tea, but it's not tea. Trust me, that is mead. And I wish I had some rabbit, because if I had some rabbit, this would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. But I don't have rabbit. I've got chicken, so we're going to start with the chicken. So, and what I did is I went out in my backyard, and I have wild onion and garlic growing everywhere back there. And I went ahead and I grabbed some. And then I also grabbed the stems, so basically chive. And I have some fresh rosemary also growing. So we have some fresh rosemary. I did at one point have fresh thyme, but it grew a fungus and I had to get rid of it. It was going to kill my other plants. So I know it's not fresh, but we have thyme leaves. We also have fresh cracked black pepper. We have bay leaves, a little bit of onion powder for flavor. I have some kosher salt. And then I have also a little bit of minced garlic. Now, I have pink Himalayan salt, but I prefer kosher over this matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. I'm going to move stuff out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and start making my cuts on my chicken so we can go ahead and get that over here in the crock pot. So, stuff. All right. We're having a drink. God, that's good. I surprised myself when I made mead for the first time. Turned out freaking phenomenal. Excellent taste. Excellent taste. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our chicken going. Now, I do have a cutting board right here. And we do know for vegetables and meats, it's two different things. Once you cut a vegetable on it, it needs to go to the sink because that would be cross-contamination, but I'm only going to be using it to cut one thing, and that would be my chicken. So we're just going to grab them out of the bag that I've had thawed, shake them out. There we go. And we have our chicken quarters. Hold on, I'm going to pour this out the sink real quick. All righty. So now that we have our chicken quarters, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this a knee. And there we go. That's my little Sentoku. I don't need my, there's my shell. Now what this is it's just a honing steel and your knife. Basically, you want to keep it on a 45-degree bias, back, down. And what this does is it keeps a nice edge on your knife. Now, granted, sometimes you have to sharpen, and when you have to sharpen, you need to actually get a sharpening stone. Honing, all it does is just keep an edge on there, but sometimes the edges come round over, and that's when you need to incorporate a actual sharpening stone. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to find the knuckle. And it's normally right here at the joint, located right here at the end. I don't know if I can show you this, bring the chicken up here. You'll see where it starts to lay over right here. And you see this little notch, this little divot. You can feel it. And what you want to do is you want to get your knife in between because there's the bone that runs through the thigh right here. And then you have your bone that runs right here. And there's the knuckle. And what you want to do is you want to feel around till you feel that separation in that knuckle. Almost knocked my damn drink over. Don't want to do that. And when you find it, your knife should cut through it like a hot knife through butter, pardon the pun. But you'll see it. It's just the knuckle right here. I mean, that knife just goes straight through it. And as on this part, straight through it. Right here. Very easy to find, very easy to cut. And you'll know you'll cut through because it'll glide right through. We're going to go ahead and set those in over here in our crock pot. And once again, like I said, once you find that knuckle, it just glides right through. All right. And we still have one more, so here we go. Find that knuckle. There it is. Bam. Just like that. All right. So we're going to put our 3 thighs down on bottom. You can have your legs floating. Doesn't matter. Just as well as everything gets covered. And we're just putting it down here in our crock pot for right now. Now, what I say about Messy boards up, out of the way. Here we go. Otherwise, you can cause cross-contamination. You do not want that. Ooh, I left a freaking onion over here. Look at that. Me not paying attention. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our mead. Let me get my measuring cup so we can do this properly, because I don't want to throw you all off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with 2 cups of mead. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you don't have mead, you can go to your liquor stores and look for mead. It's in the wine section. You can cook with it if you want to. I like to because it's sweet. It's honey-based. It makes cooking really amazing, especially if you know what spices to blend with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our mead, and I'm going to start off with about 2 cups. Ooh, there we go. All right, so we're going to start off with about 2 cups. All right, we're going to see where that puts us over here with the chicken, because basically what you want to do is you want to barely cover the top of this chicken. So, and remember, guys, this will cook down. So if 2 cups isn't enough for you, go ahead and add just a little bit more. But also remember, when this chicken cooks, a lot of the fat and everything is going to render out, so you'll get a nice broth with it. Looks like 2 cups is going to be just enough. You know what? I like my mead. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 more cup. So 3 cups, guys. You want it to be able to cover the top of that chicken pretty well. You want this to cook down and everything else. So there we go. We covered the top of our chicken. And everything else should cook in there very nicely. All right. Now what we're going to do, excuse me. Now I have fresh rosemary. You can go out and get rosemary. If you don't have fresh rosemary, I got about, 3 sprigs here. I recommend about maybe half a teaspoon of rosemary. But we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to tuck this down into the sides. I want this to be down in the liquid so it permeates when being cooked. If you want, you can tuck it under the chicken, but you just want to make sure all that flavor is going to come out. Now, we're also going to incorporate 2 bay leaves. Okay. Doesn't matter what size. Come on. It's getting them out that's the pain in the butt. Oh, come on, don't break on me. There's one. And I don't. That's a small one. All right, if I do that one, you're going to have to do it. You want fairly medium size. So that should be good. Maybe that small one just to use it and get it out of the way. All right, so I'm using 3. You can use 2 to 3 depending on the size. Okay. So once again, we're just going to stick these down along the rim here to make sure they get saturated. Now, also what we're going to do is thyme. I've got my thyme here. I want to do about half a teaspoon of thyme, if I can get here. Let's just do it this way. There we go, about half a teaspoon. Why not? I'd say 3/4, but that's a little hard, so maybe just a full teaspoon of thyme. Okay. Time for another drink. Speaking of time. That is good. Now, you don't have to go get wild onions or anything like that. I went to my backyard. I grow wild onions. I like to grow my herbs. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to throw these in as is, just like this. I cleaned up the stalks. And like I said, we're just going to Put these around the sides. Go ahead and mix that up in there. Come on. All right. All right, so we're going to put our, there we go, get our onion down in there. Okay. All right. Let me, well, I'm still going to be doing this. All right, then we're going to take our chive here. Just like that, fresh chive. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to rip it in half. And then one more time, what this does, it's going to release the natural oils, give it a twist, and rip. And just go ahead and sprinkle inside. What that's going to do is that's going to release natural oils, flavors, and everything to come out of it. I'm going to grab some minced garlic. Hold on, I got to get this bad boy open because it doesn't like to open for me very much because it's a pain in the butt. Thank you, garlic, for being cooperative this time. All right. So we're going to come back over here. All right, and that's about, I'd say about a teaspoon of garlic. There we go. All right. Do I have any? I'm wondering real quick, guys. Just give me just a second. I do. If you don't have any celery and you want a little touch of celery, there's a little bit of celery salt, not a lot. A few quick dashes. Not even probably half a teaspoon. Then our salt, same way, a few quick dashes. Remember, you salt to taste. People are different. Everybody's different. For salt, I'd say probably half a teaspoon. Okay. Onion powder, same thing, half a teaspoon. Like I said, I just give it a few shakes. Being in culinary, I'm just eyeballing stuff. And what we're also going to do is give a few good turns of our black pepper. All righty. Now what you're going to do is take your hands and you're just going to kind of mix everything together. You want to go ahead and just make sure everything's in there, mixed very well. It's in there. Yay. Now, at this point, you have the option of adding any potatoes, any carrots, anything like you like that. I am. The only thing is, all I have is canned, and I apologize about that, but I'm working with what I got. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the liquid of the canned carrots and a little bit of the liquid of the canned potatoes, not a lot. That's it. All righty. And now our canned potatoes, because I didn't have any regular potatoes on me. I do apologize about that. All right, so we're going to drain a little bit of the liquid off. Not all of it. And we're going to go over to the sink, empty out the rest. All right, come back over here. Potatoes in there. All right. Once more with feeling, just kind of mix everything around, get everything coated. All right, so everything is in there. The chicken's in, all our seasonings are in, everything like that. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in and we're going to put it on slow. Plugged in, put it on low and slow. Now, guys, that's it. I'm going to bring the camera over so y'all can see this. Low and slow, set it, forget it. We've all heard the sayings before, blah, 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 blah. But with a crock pot, we mean it. So all we have to do, just set it and forget it, man. 6 to 8 hours later, you will have the most fabulous chicken you've ever had. I recommend doing this with rabbit. I didn't have any rabbit. If you had rabbit, it would really be Irish. So we went with what we had. A chicken. Yay. Now, you may be wondering why I had the flour out. When it's done, what you can do is take the drippings, the fluid that's left, put it in a pan, slowly bring it to a boil. If you know how to make gravy, awesome. If you don't, I'm telling you right now, slowly bring it to a boil. Slowly. It's going to be warm anyways. You take your flour. You make a slurry. If you don't know how to make a slurry, you can also do it with cornstarch. Okay? If you have cornstarch, you can do it with flour or cornstarch. I'll probably do it with cornstarch. Flour is if I wanted to make a thickening while it cooks, and I don't want to do that. I want to kind of keep all the flavors together. I'll make a gravy when I'm done. I've decided that midway cooking. But what you do is you start with cold water. Depending on how much gravy you're going to make. Say you have 2 cups of gravy, 2 cups of drippings left, okay? 2 cups. What you're going to do is you're going to get a cup, and you're going to add about 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. You will then add water till it's not like an oobleck, that stuff where you poke it and it's hard and then it goes around your finger. And no, you want to make it to where it's a liquid. Just barely turns into a liquid. It's runny. You can pour it. Now, as that becomes to a boil, you slowly pour that in and slowly stir your liquid. That's going to start to thicken. Don't go all in at once, otherwise you're going to end up with a congealed mess. Slowly pour it in. Stir while you're pouring. As it starts to thicken to the consistency you like, back off, because you won't use all your slurry. You will not. It's just there in case you need it. But like I said, guys, this is slow cooked Irish Mead chicken. I would like to say Irish rabbit, but I don't have any rabbit. I would love rabbit if I had rabbit. But let that go 6 to 8 hours. It'll be phenomenal. I will have pictures up on Facebook. If I remember, I'll do a part 2 to this, and y'all get to see it. But literally, guys, I had this done in 20 minutes, and that was while talking to you all. So if you had everything ready like that, throw it all together, 5 to 10 minutes, easy, done. It's a great thing to make right before you go to work. Have all the ingredients, throw it all together, go to work, come back home, dinner's ready. Crock-Pot meals are delicious. I love them. Easy, fast, to the point. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Drinking and Cooking. I'm glad y'all tuned in. And remember, guys, if you're hungry, cook that shit. Demonetization. Ooh, who cares? I ain't in it for the money. I'm in it to make sure people eat good and have fun doing it. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later.